You're welcome back to the Gavel. Now, as I said last week, we're going to go back to look at some of the key motions, bills and investigations conducted by the National Assembly during the year. We begin with the investigation which the Senate conducted on the immigration recruitment exercise, which led to the death of 16 people. Watch. On March 15th this year, 16 young Nigerians were killed in stampedes at different immigration recruitment centers across the country. Nigerians demanded to know those responsible for the exercise that caused tears and agony for the families of those killed. The Senate conducted an investigative hearing to find out what led to the death of the 16 people. From the testimonies of the board member in immigration and the Comptroller General of Immigration, it appears the recruitment exercise was already fraught with problems before it even began. Both of them distanced themselves from the recruitment exercise.
I have a copy of that letter which I expressed my dismay that as a stakeholder, as the head of a service that is supposed to recruit, I was not aware of this exercise.
I'm a member of the board and I was not there when it was signed and I'm not aware about it.
But the Minister of Interior refuted the statements made by the Comptroller General of Immigration.
So when people say that we took this decision without the board, I want to correct that impression because we are all members of the board and I am chairman of that board.
A total of 710,000 people applied online nationwide, out of which about 522,000 people were shortlisted. Committee members were disturbed that the ministry consultant only released 45 million naira out of the 710 million naira from the job applicants for the exercise.
201 million naira was budgeted for the exercise.
Yeah.
Only 45 million naira was released by the consultant. Do you agree with me that none of fund causes the failure of that exercise?
And I can say to you, sir, that this contract protected both parties by and large, equally.
The Minister of Interior, Mr. Abamuro, apologized to the families of those killed and said he takes full responsibility for what happened as the bulk stops at his table. But would this apology console the families of those who were killed?
We are deeply grieved and saddened about the way events turned out. We express our sincere regrets once more. However, permit me to state that our patriotic desire was the pursuit of a more honest, a more transparent, a more cost-effective, a more efficient, and a more equitable platform. We sincerely made appropriate and adequate preparations for each free exercise. But as most things in administrative and human conditions are, the yield curve of expected outcome is mostly undefined. My heart goes out to the families of those who have lost their dear loved ones. I sincerely sympathize with those injured. I share in their grief. I share in their pain. May I, at this juncture, therefore, assure you, distinguished senators and Nigerians, of my respect for the sanctity of human life. The loss of these young Nigerians, who are needed as a critical human factor for nation building, is most regrettable. As the Minister of Interior, under whose purview this unfortunate incident took place, I cannot abdicate my responsibility.
The Senate committee investigating the tragic incident has since completed the investigation and laid the report on the floor of the Senate. However, the Senate is yet to debate the report. Now, this is where we draw the curtains for this week's edition of The Gavel. If you have any views or opinions on any of the issues discussed, please email us on thegavel@channelstv.com. Thank you for staying with us and see you again next week.